Hi everyone, welcome back. We are officially in our Fearless era here on my channel. We've been doing tons of different Taylor Swift inspired manis throughout the month of January, and we've been taking it one era at a time. And today we're going to be focusing on the Fearless era. So the moment I saw those decals, I knew we had to incorporate these colors right here from Valkyrie dips because they fit the theme perfectly. It's kind of going to be like a country kind of sky mani. That's like what I thought when I saw this finished mani. We're going to be pulling in like an ombre. It just reminded me of like a country sunset, and then we're going to be adding some foils, and we're also going to be adding some decals to this mani as well to just really tie in this Fearless era that we're going to be living in for a moment. So each album that Taylor Swift releases, she has a color that's associated with it. So the colors that we're using today are definitely speaking Fearless, especially with the imagery that we're going to be pulling into this mani as well. But let's talk about these colors here. These colors are from Valkyrie dips. They're very pigmented, they're bright, they're bold in color. I love how buttery they are. It feels like velvet, and the color payoff that you get is fantastic. So what we're going to do now is on two nails, we're going to be doing a little bit of an ombre. And when I saw the ombre finished with the decal, that is what reminded me of that country sunset. And I love these two colors right here that we're going to be using for the ombre together. There's just something about them, and this would be great for even like a fall style mani. But I love these colors so much. It was like the perfect Fearless colors. And then we're also going to be pulling in a little bit of a dip powder that has some foils in it, so just to kind of tie everything together. So for that ombre in here, I just used those two colors. I am going to go ahead and cure for 30 seconds, and we're going to dust off, and then we're going to keep finishing up this ombre. So we're going to do it a little bit different today. We are going to finish the ombre completely on each nail before we jump into the other one, so you can really see that process here in action. All right, so enough chit chat. Let's dive into this mani here, and then I'm going to pop back in just a little bit.
Jump into the car on a Friday night. I want to drive with you. Looking for a bar in the nearest town. I've never seen a sky so blue. We don't have a plan and the night is young. It doesn't matter what we do. There ain't nobody like you. Look so beautiful, and I'm so lucky to be yours. And you're taking me to be yours. And you're taking me high. Ain't nobody like you. I'm not coming down. Ain't nobody like you. I could go 1,000 miles as long as I'm with you. Yeah, you're taking me high. Ain't nobody like you. Ain't nobody like you. Seen a sky so blue, and you're taking me high. Ain't nobody like you. I'm not coming down. Ain't nobody like you. I could go 1,000 miles as long as I'm with you. Yeah, you're taking me high. Ain't nobody like you. It's what you're doing, it's making me feel like I'm falling. And when you're moving, I can hear my calling. There's no one else here that I see but you. It's what you're doing, it's making me feel like I'm falling. Yeah, I'm falling in love. Falling in love. You set my wheels in motion. I'm going crazy for you. Eyes blue like the ocean. I can see you want this too. Cause you've been looking at me all night, trying to figure me out. I just wanna let you know. And I ain't playing no games, baby, you won't change. I only want you. I wanna kiss you before the sun goes down. It's what you're doing, it's making me feel like I'm falling. And when you're moving, I can hear my calling. There's no one else here that I see but you. It's what you're doing, it's making me feel like I'm falling. Yeah, I'm falling in love. Yeah, I'm falling in love. I wanna kiss you before the sun goes down.
All right, so we're just finishing up placing a few more foils on this nail here, and that's the best part about foil dip powders is that you can get totally creative and kind of make it your own by either adding foils like we did here, or you could just leave the nail as is and however you dipped it into that jar and how that nail came out and keep it organically. But foil dip powders are so fun. So now what I'm doing is I'm applying a layer of gel base to all the nails. I also filed and buffed off camera just to save time, and I am curing as we go for 30 seconds. And now it's time to play with some decals. So I really like to do a layer of gel base that's cured on the nails first before I go ahead and apply the decal, because what that does is it provides a little bit of a tacky layer to that nail, so then it really helps with the decal application. So now what I'm doing here is I'm putting the first decal on the nail, and I just placed that decal in room temperature water for about 15 seconds, and now I'm just gently moving that decal around to get it on the nail exactly where I want it. I am using a very delicate hand for this process. I also find with that layer of gel base on the nail that it does allow me a little bit more wiggle room, so I can really get that decal exactly where I want it. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna overlap just a little bit here onto that original image here by adding a few little butterflies, which I thought was like a really just like awesome touch by adding these little butterflies to the Be Fearless section here. So you can see here, if you look closely, there is some lines and wrinkles. We will definitely get rid of those after we go ahead and apply the rest of the decals on the nail. And we're just gonna do that same method that I always use when it comes to decals, just going in with that flat brush and acetone. So this decal right here, this is like everything to me. This is what really just kind of like inspired me to use the colors that we're using today, because I just felt like these Valkyrie dip colors just really just enhanced these decals and kind of created the whole like fearless image for me. And I really just love this combination right here. Now we're adding another butterfly. We're going to overlap on this decal, and that's the best part about doing your nails at home or playing with decals, is you can totally customize your decals and your mani as you go. Just because you're using one decal, you could always use other decals as well to really enhance that overall appearance on that nail. So sometimes overlapping decals can be really fun, and it also just adds a little bit more character to the nail. So this nail right here, we're just going to keep it very simple here with this beautiful sunflowers on this gorgeous sunset ombre nail, just to keep it simple. But I love this combination so much. I just love everything about this mani right here. All right, so the acetone, what I do is I go ahead and dip this flat brush in acetone, and then I ever so gently, like a feather touch, gently press down on that image, and then I go ahead and remove any extra decal that may be hanging over that free edge or the sidewalls. Again, a very, very gentle hand, and it is just 100% pure acetone. It is the Onyx brand, and then once it's completely dry, I'll go in and seal it in with a layer of gel top coat. Now, since everything was laying super flat, I just went in with my gel top coat right away, but if you ever experience any flaking or peeling, then go in with a layer of gel base and cure for 30 seconds, then go in with your top coat. So I finished the rest of the gel top coat off camera, and here's the finished mani. I love this mani so much. I really like the different elements from the beautiful foils that we used, that ombre, and then we added these decals. Just everything tied together is just the whole package for me, and I really love how this turned out. Definitely one of my favorites. Every time we finish up a Taylor Swift era, I'm like, oh, this is my favorite, but there's just something about it. It's it's a classic era, and these colors and the imagery just tied it perfectly. All right, so everything that we used in today's video can be found in that description box below. I hope you enjoyed today's Fearless era, and I'll see you all in the next one.